Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, our service for Michelle is just about to commence. So can I ask anyone with a mobile phone to make sure it's switched to silent or off? Thank you.
I sit and wait. Does an angel contemplate my fate? Do they know the places where we go when we're gray and old? 'Cause I have been told that salvation lets their wings unfold. So when I'm lying in my bed, thoughts running through my head, and I feel that love is dead, I'm loving angels instead. And through it, oh, she offers me protection, a lot of love and affection, whether I'm right or wrong, and down the waterfall, wherever it may take me, I know that life won't break me. When I come to call, she won't forsake me. I'm loving angels instead. When I'm feeling weak and my plane walks down a one-way street, I look above and I know I'll always be blessed with love. And as the feeling grows, she breathes flesh to my bones. When love is dead, I'm loving angels instead. And through it, oh, she offers me protection, a lot of love and affection, whether I'm right or wrong, and down the waterfall, wherever it may take me, I know that life won't break me. When I come to call, she won't forsake me. I'm loving angels instead. Forsake me. I'm loving angels instead.
Good morning. My name is Kate Tyler Webber, and my role here today is to help celebrate the life of and pay tribute to the late Michelle Ann Lane. And on behalf of her family, I would like to welcome you all here this morning to the Mackay Family Chapel and to say a big heartfelt thank you for your presence here today. The family would also like to acknowledge those who aren't able to be here but who are joining us online. Thank you for your time and your online presence today. Can I ask the family members who are now going to light a candle to come forward? We're now lighting a candle in remembrance of Michelle's uncle Bruce. She was very close to him and he passed away the day after her. There's a little brick. Thank you. Michelle was born on the 2nd of April 1965 in Parramatta to Lorraine and Leslie. She had one brother, Terry. Michelle went on to marry Mark, and then once that relationship ended, she went on to marry Jody. Michelle was proud mum to Deanne and Thomas, and proud stepmum to the girls, Sarah, Jessica and Tennille. Michelle was nanny to Isaac, Zayden, Isaiah, Archie, Lola, Ava, Riley, Remy, Isabella, Jeremiah, Moses and Knox. Can I ask Lorraine and Kerry to come forward to share, please? Tissues under here if you need some.
Lorraine wanted me to share a couple of funny moments with you about Michelle. Michelle was a beautiful baby, very happy and easy, and always well behaved. She loved to dress up and get her hair curled. Michelle learnt dancing from 5 years to 13 years. She learnt ballet, tap, jazz, character and Scottish. And when she got older, Michelle didn't get a licence until she was 19 years of age. And every Saturday morning, Lorraine would have to drag Michelle out of bed after a big night out, like 2 or 3 in the morning. Lorraine would then make Michelle a Vegemite sandwich and a Barocca and drive her to work at Parramatta because Michelle had the keys to the office. And every time they arrived, there would be a line-up of people to get in. And every week her mum and dad would tell Michelle, let someone else open the office, but she never did. Another time, Michelle and Lorraine spent a Saturday at Mingara. They arrived about 11 in the morning, had lunch, carried on drinking, stayed for dinner and carried on drinking again. One of the managers of the club walked past and said, "Are you still here? I tell you what, if you're still here for breakfast, it's my shout." Michelle left a lovely letter to thank her mum for all the chocolate cakes over the years and for driving her to work all those times when she was hungover. Watching her daughter suffer, particularly over the last 3 months, was really difficult as she fought so hard to stay. Les is not one to express his feelings. Simply put from him, he said, "I love the girl. We will always be there for Dion, Tom and the boys. We will miss you, Michelle, all the days of our lives. Miss you so much already. Love you lots, Mum and Dad." We're all here to celebrate Michelle's life. This isn't from me. We are all gathered here to celebrate Michelle's life, which was sadly cut short. Michelle was the firstborn child of Les and Lorraine, and she was a very special addition to the Pond family. As Grandma Mavis and Pa Jack Pond had 4 boys, so Michelle was not only the first grandchild but the first girl. Hence she was loved beyond measure and spoilt rotten. Michelle was also the first grandchild for Nana Vera and Pop Jack O'Norton. Michelle did most of her growing up at Huron Place 7 Hills, where she attended local infant and primary schools and then went on to attend Grantham High School at 7 Hills. Michelle still has lifelong friends from those days. After leaving school, Michelle worked in the public service at Parramatta, Sydney Airport and Chatswood for the Department of Immigration. After leaving the public service, Michelle worked at Coles for 10 years and then Woolworths for another 10 years. She had great work ethics, and even though she spent many years as a single mum, she always worked. Michelle's world was her family, who were more important than anything else to her, especially her grandchildren. Michelle was also like a Pied Piper in our family to all the children that came along, be it nieces, nephews, cousins, etc. She just had a way of making them all feel very special. And in return, they all loved her too. Michelle also had a special relationship with her uncles, Bruce, Ronnie and Gary. Sadly, her uncle Bruce passed away the day after Michelle, and I can just imagine her getting to the pearly gates and saying, "I will just wait here for my uncle." Michelle had the kindest heart, and if she could help in any way, she would. Up until around 6 months ago, Michelle looked so well that you wouldn't have known she was ill unless she told you. So the last months of her life were heartbreaking for her family and friends to witness. Michelle suffered with terrible anxiety, but she had a wicked sense of humour. She was still funny and sassy on the day she passed away. From me, I want to thank you for everything that you have done for me, as you were always there through good and bad times, Michelle. And Michelle, I hope you are pain-free and reunited with all of your loved ones up there, and I'll see you when my time comes. Until then, I will miss you, so give everyone a hug and a kiss from me. Love ya, Auntie Kerry. #FCancer.
Can I ask Deanne and Tom to come now, please?
Are you going first?
You can go first.
Our dearest Mama, where do we even start with you? Should we start with that time you wanted to hit Tom over the head with the frying pan because he was being a pain in your ass, pushing your last nerve? Or the time you were throwing rocks back under the boys while they were hiding from you under the house after being little monsters all day? Or even that time I come in to you around midnight to tell you I was in labour and I needed to go to the hospital. Only for you to reply, don't mind the French, guys. Oh, for fuck's sake, Dion, don't you know I have to be at work in a few hours? Work was always so important to my mum. You definitely provided us with many years of laughter and memories that we'll cherish forever. Tom and I consider ourselves so privileged that we got to spend this life with you as our mum. It's just a shame we probably didn't show it as much as we should have. We can honestly say that our mum was our best friend, our biggest supporter, and at times our worst enemy. But to us, she was nothing short of amazing. She played the role of two parents, and she never let on the heartache and sacrifices she had to make, and for that we are forever grateful. If we could go back in time, I would give her the biggest hug and tell her all of this plus so much more. She dedicated her life to her family, making sure we were always supported and never felt anything other than love, not only towards her own children, but towards anyone that came into our home, because family meant everything to her, and family wasn't just blood in her eyes. It didn't matter what time of the day or night or where you were, if you needed her, she was there. You can ask any of my naughty cousins or sisters about this, and they will back me up on that. But I wouldn't have any good stories because Mummy's princess was always well behaved. Her loyalty was just one of her many qualities that I was most proud of. In 2013, I made her a grandmother, and that role gave her a new lease on life. She took on that role with such pride and raised those boys like they were her very own. Mum and the boys shared a bond like no other. They absolutely adored her. Sometimes I think they looked at her as the mum and me as the big sister. and now they remind me daily. Mum, I wish Nanny was here because she's so much better than you. Wherever Mum went, those little boys were right behind her. They were in her showers, in her bed, went to work with her when they could, and if they couldn't go to work, they'd be waiting at the front door with the hose, waiting for her to open the door to drench her, and she would have to call in work to say she'll be late and go back in and start all over again. Then if she was in the kitchen cooking, they were right behind her, waving their tea towels under the smoke alarm, while me and Tom would sit there laughing, saying the smoke alarm is just cheering her on, chanting, "Go Michelle, go Michelle." I don't know what was worse, Mum's cooking or Jodie's barbecues. Yes, Mum, I can hear you right now. Oh, you two are just such assholes to me. But the way we could all put shit on each other and have a laugh together were the times we all cherished the most. What I would do to see your smile and hear your laugh again. I don't really have anywhere to fit this in, but Chris just wanted me to share a little story, which is his favourite memory with Mum. That was the time that Jodie was walking home from the pub on a Saturday night, obviously he wasn't sober, when he fell into someone's front garden down the street. Mum stormed down the road. She wasn't much of an athlete unless she was cranky or trying to be a sticky beak. Then you could guarantee she would leave Usain Bolt at the start line. She took his wallet and his phone, then yelled at Chris to leave him there and walked back home, with Jodie still rolling around in the garden on his back trying to figure out his next move. And also the time that she took $50 from his wallet to put into his birthday card, only for him to be so thankful the next morning and want to return it to her so she could go spend it on herself. She was always a cut above the rest, the old Rhonda. If her and Fardy weren't talking about footy and races, they were always having a good laugh at someone else's expense. Usually always mine and Tom's. She was forever questioning where she went wrong in life to end up with two kids kids as special as us. Well, I could literally stand here all day going on about how much we adored our mum, but I'm honestly finding it so hard to put into words. And to be honest, I know my mum better than anybody right now, and she's probably laying in there saying, "Bloody hell, Diane, hurry up. Why do you have to be so over the top all the time? Just get on with it." So now is your time, Mum. Run to paradise. Find that peace and happiness that you deserve. Go do all the things that you love and spend time with all those people you have missed most over the years. We are forever grateful to have been blessed with such a beautiful mother like you, and we'll miss you forever. It's going to be hard to fill your shoes, but I promise to take care of Tom for the rest of his life. If anyone knows us, this was just a little joke we shared amongst our family, because if anyone was going anywhere, let's face it, it would be me killing Tom, because he's the one that drives me crazy. But in all honesty, I'll take him under my wing and do my best to keep him happy and safe. I hope that one day I can be half the mum to my boys as you were to us. We love you to the moon and back 1,000,000 times over. Forever our mum, and now our angel. Do you want me to read it for you?
No, it should be. The thing Mum always told me most was that when I was born, I brought so much joy into her life, and I was the best thing to have happened to her. I was so proud that you felt that way. But then I looked back and realised that probably wasn't too hard to gain that title with two husbands like Mark and Jodie and a daughter like Diane. I hope you're at peace now, Mum. I'm so proud of the strength and resilience you showed during these past 3.5 years. It's going to be hard without you, but it's probably harder to watch you suffer. Try not to worry about us too much at home, because I promise to look after Diane and the boys, and also our dog Fredo. Mum, I just hope you always remember how much you meant to me and the love that I had for you. I forever appreciate what you've given me over the last 21 years. And how even though you're going through the most difficult times in your life, it always seemed like you cared more about us and how we were going than yourself. I always held a special place in my heart for you. We love you, Mum.
Do you want me to read that?
Yeah.
we'd just like to thank everyone for their many years of friendship. All of you people who have been a part of Mum's life have helped shape her into the beautiful person she is today. And even though she may no longer be here with us, Tom and I look forward to continuing these relationships and keeping Mum's spirits alive.
Can I ask Sarah, Jess and Tennille to come now, please?
For those who don't know us, we are Sarah, Jess and Tennille, and Michelle was our stepmum. And we were lucky enough to have Michelle in our lives for over 20 years. Over the years, like many families, we had our ups and downs, but one thing we could always count on was you being there. I definitely think of ourselves as the lucky ones because we had the privilege to be loved by you, and anyone who got that chance to be loved by Michelle just shows how wonderful it really was. I honestly could stand up here all day and tell you how beautiful she was, but everyone here today already knows that. As we grew up, not only have you been there for us, but also our own children, that you have loved like your own, and they adored you right back. We would like to share with you all our memories and stories of Michelle and the beautiful person she is. But first, I would like to say, I'm not too sure about that football team she goes for. But the smile on her face when those boys made it to the grand final, just wish they would have won for her. As we were sitting down together laughing at all the stories and memories we made with Michelle, Diane and Tom, we would always come back to how we all had to wash and dry up every night. But it would be a race to who would say they needed to go to the toilet first just to get out of doing the washing or drying, or how long we would sit on the bench for until we started. But Dad and Michelle would always make sure they were done, even if that meant waking Tennille and Diane up at midnight to do it. You love to feed us, and we all love going out for lunch or dinner regularly, whether it be cooking or burning up your favourite pasta, dropping essentials off whilst we were in isolation, buying the kids their favourite chips and ice blocks, or having a feed at the pub or club. Food always brought us together. Food was definitely your love language. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. Don't even get me started on your love of TikTok. Almost daily, we would check our phones and there would be a message of you sharing your favourite TikToks with us, mostly regarding poo. For those who know us, this was a popular topic we would laugh about. Thank you for the 5 a.m. drives to work. Thank you for organising our school formals. Thank you for the baked dinners on a Sunday. Thank you for taking us to have our first eyebrow wax and Tennille's first bra. Thank you for loving us unconditionally and our kids. Love always and forever your favourite Sarah, your naughty one Tennille, and your biggest bitch Jess.
Thank you, girls. We are now going to pause the service and put some images up on the screen. You've each arrived here today carrying your own memories of Michelle. And what this does now, it gives you a chance to add some more memories to those memories you already have and leave with an even bigger picture of Michelle's life. Thanks, Matt.
When I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change, 'cause you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while, 'cause girl, you're amazing, just the
I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh, yeah. I know you're somewhere out there, somewhere far away. I want you back, I want you back. My neighbors think I'm crazy, but they don't understand. You're all I had, you're all I had. At night when the stars light up my room, I sit by myself talking to the moon, trying to get to you. In hopes you're on the other side, talking to me too. Or am I a fool who sits alone, talking to the moon? Oh.
The family would like to thank Tegan and Anthony for putting that slideshow together. We are now going to give the family an opportunity to come forward to place a flower. This is an opportunity to not only leave a flower, but perhaps say a prayer, leave a kiss, or to say your goodbye. Thanks, Tina. Thanks, Matt.
We will fly way up high where the cold wind blows, or in the sun, laughing, having fun with all the people that she knows. And if the situation should keep us separated, you know the world won't fall apart. And you will free the beautiful bird that's caught inside your heart. Can't you hear her? She cries so loud, that's the wild note over water and cloud. That's the way it's gonna be, little darling. We'll be riding on the horses, yeah, yeah, way up in the sky, little darling. And if you fall, pick you up, pick you up. You will grow, and until you go, I'll be right there by your side. And even then, whisper the wind, and she will carry up your ride. I hear all the people
of the world in one bird's lonely cry. See them trying every way they know how to make their spirit fly. Can't you see him? He's down on the ground, so broken wing, looking all around. That's the way it's gonna be, little darling. You go riding on the horses, yeah, yeah, way up in the sky, little darling. Oh, and if you fall, pick you up, pick you up. That's the way it's gonna be, little darling. You go riding on the horses, yeah, yeah, way up in the sky, little darling. And if you fall, pick you up, pick you up. That's the way it's gonna be, little darling. You go riding on the horses, yeah, yeah, way up in the sky, little darling. Don't worry about a thing, girl. I'll pick you up, I'll pick you up. That's not so long, girl, little darling. You go riding on the horses, yeah, yeah, way up in the sky, little darling. And if you fall, I'll pick you up, I'll pick you up. That's the way it's gonna be, little darling. You go riding on the horses, yeah, yeah, way up in the sky, little darling. If you fall, I'll pick you up, I'll pick you up. We will fly way up high, where the cold wind blows, or in the sun, laughing, having fun with all the people that she knows. And if the situation should keep us separated, you know the world won't fall apart, and you will free the beautiful bird that's caught inside your heart. Can't you hear her? She cries so loud, that's the wild note over water and cloud. That's the way it's gonna be, little darling. We'll be riding on the horses, yeah, yeah, way up in the sky, little darling. And if you fall, pick you up, pick you up. You will grow, and until you go, I'll be right there by your side. And even then, whisper the wind, and she will carry up your ride. I hear all the people of the world in one bird's lonely cry. See them trying every way they know how to make their spirit fly. Can't you see him? He's down on the ground, so broken wing, looking all around. That's the way it's gonna be, little darling. You go riding on the horses, yeah, yeah, way up in the sky, little darling. Oh, and if you fall, pick you up, pick you up.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It is now time to commit Michelle's physical body to the elements. But before we do so, however, let us be thankful and grateful for her life, remembering the impact that Michelle's life has had on yours. You will remember Michelle's life by the memories she leaves behind. Those of us who feel deeply will grieve deeply. No philosophy or religion ever taught can prevent this natural reaction of the human heart. We came into this world and we leave with nothing. However, the memories we leave behind with our family and friends is what is important. Memories. Today is not goodbye. Today is thank you. Thank you for touching our lives. Thank you for giving us joy. Thank you for the memories we will cherish forever. Thank you for the good times, and thank you for your loyalty to loved ones and friends. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your laughter. Your life we honour, your departure we accept, and your memory we will cherish. We grieve from your death, but we have gratitude for your life and the privilege of sharing it with you. We now tenderly commit the body of our loved one Michelle for cremation. Today we have come together to farewell Michelle. We remember the happy memories of her life. We are grateful that she has lived. We are grateful that we have seen her face and heard her voice, felt the touch of her hand, and shared her love and friendship. When we conclude the service today, Matt and Tina have some balloons, and once you've collected a balloon and we exit the chapel, we'll head down to the grass area to release those balloons. On behalf of the family, thank you all once again for your presence today. The family would like to say a huge heartfelt thank you for the friendship you've shown Michelle during her lifetime. The family would also like to invite you back to the Entrance Leagues Club following the service. This is a very special part of the day. You've each arrived here with your own memories, and this is an opportunity to share a moment, a time, a place with Michelle and add some more memories, and that is what will keep Michelle living on in your heart. Thanks, Matt.
Store.